Scared of a double booking, or are you scrambling last minute to block off dates?
If you are ready to list your property on more than one booking platform like Airbnb and Vrbo, and you're not quite ready for a property management software to manage your calendars, then this video is for you. It is imperative that you know how to sync all of your short-term rental calendars so that you can avoid double bookings and chaos in your hosting business.
Hi, I'm Sarah Karakayan.
And I'm Annette Grant.
And together we are
Thanks for visiting. We've been hosting for well over a decade, welcomed tens of thousands of guests,
and earned thousands of 5-star reviews. Our portfolio continues to bring in over 1.5 million year over year, and supported not only by the industry's leading brands, but also some of the biggest media outlets.
And we're here to help you with your furnished rental. We don't want calendar management or fear to hold hosts back from listing on multiple online travel agencies and diversifying where your guests are coming from. We want you to be confident on Airbnb, on Vrbo, Booking.com, and the plethora of other places that you can list your property. That's why this video is so important, that you're gonna sync those calendars to make sure that there aren't double bookings. Why should you sync your calendars versus, just manually once you get a booking on Airbnb, going into Vrbo, booking off the dates? Why? Because we can make it easy, we can make it seamless, we can make it automatic. And don't be scared of the technology here. The technology is here to work with you, not against you. Because number one, heck, we all know the worst thing is we don't ever want to have to cancel a guest for any reason, especially just not being able to keep up with our calendar. And we were just on with a host the other day, a newer host, and just two properties, and she's giving it to her friends and family for a wedding or two this summer, and had some things, and we were like, you have all these things blocked on your calendar, what's going on here? It was already chaos because the calendars were not connected. Okay, we want to make sure that there isn't calendar chaos, and the syncing will stop you from that. So number one, we don't want to cancel guests. Number two, we want to make sure that the calendar is correct. That way you're not blocking dates that are open. You want to be able to maximize all of the days that you are available to any guest that wants to book. And so we see when people are manually doing this, they're accidentally booking those dates and not having them open for potential guests. And then also, if your calendars aren't syncing, it's how are you communicating, A, with your personal calendar, and then B, hopefully you have a team, someone helping you with the cleanings, maybe doing inspections, maybe helping you with guest messaging. You want to be able to be transparent and let everyone see what the calendars are doing across the board. And again, we'll dig in later on the personal calendar side.
And so let's say you do get a double booking because you got a booking on Airbnb, you forgot to block it on Vrbo, and someone else booked on Vrbo. Well, you're gonna have to cancel one of those sets of guests. And when you do that, those platforms, its algorithm isn't going to like that.
Okay. Airbnb, we still want to earn superhost status. You won't be able to earn that superhost status.
Right, and so the algorithm is going to see, this host, this user canceled on our paying customer, i.e. a guest.
They're not reliable.
And you're going to drop in the algorithm. You're not going to pop up on those first page searches, things of that nature. So you just want to avoid this altogether. Now, as you advance, you could enlist the help of a property management software, or they're also sometimes called a channel manager. But to keep things simple and to keep things free, F-R-E-E, we're going to show you in today's video how you can just do this between platform and platform, and then later on in the video, we'll even show you how to connect it to one of your personal calendars.
So we are going to take it slow right here. We are going to go step by step on how to sync your Airbnb calendar. And the good news is you can rewatch this video a few times until you have it all connected. So here we go. We're going to go step by step for you.
We're going to show you too how you do this. So for the example for today, we are going to connect Airbnb and Vrbo because they're the most popular online travel agencies, or OTA. It's a vocabulary and an acronym you want to get very familiar with if you're not already. So you're going to go to Airbnb and you're going to go on the host side of Airbnb, because you can still be on your Airbnb account and book short-term rentals for your family and friends, but we want you to be on the host side of your account. And the top center of your dashboard, if you're on desktop at the recording of this video, top center is going to be calendar, and then your listings will appear. You'll click on your listing. navigate to pricing and availability, which will most likely be on the right side of your page. You're going to click on availability, scroll down to connect calendars, and then you're going to click on connect to another website. There is going to be a link that Airbnb is already going to provide for you, and you want to go ahead and copy that link. Once you have that link, we're going to move on to step 2 here. You're going to import the Airbnb calendar into another platform, and today we're going to try out Vrbo. So you're going to go on to Vrbo, but you could also go on to Booking.com or any other OTA out there. There's so many of them, and you're going to go to their import calendar space on that platform, and you're going to paste that Airbnb link that we got from the Airbnb site into Vrbo. And then you're going to sync those calendars. You're going to connect them. Once that's done, you do have to move on to step 3 here, and you're going to have to take your Vrbo export link and put it on Airbnb. So you'll follow the same steps we just went over in step 1, where we go to calendars, you select your listing. On the right side of your screen, you'll see pricing and availability. You'll pick availability. You'll go down to connect calendars, but this time, you're going to paste the Vrbo calendar into the empty space where you can connect an outside website to Airbnb. Now, the last and final step here, step 4, you want to check this. Make sure they are synced. So all you can do is you could block some dates on Airbnb and make sure it blocks it on Vrbo. Or you could block dates on your Vrbo calendar, make sure it blocks it out on that Airbnb calendar. And this way, you know you're all set up.
So this is great. We've got our calendars synced up. They're talking, but those are our listing calendars. And we all know as hosts, we are busy. We still have our life calendars. So if you are like Sarah and myself, like if it's not on our calendar, it's not happening. And so we have from, early in the morning till late at night, everything is on our calendar, from business to family to personal. There are so many things there. We've got meetings and birthdays and dinners and coffees and workouts and your guests. All right, so we're all so aware that this is really woven in to your daily life, and hopefully it's woven into a team. And so now we want to take you through how to link those booking calendars to your personal calendars. So let's dig in.
So your personal digital calendar. Now, if you are, like my good friend Annette here, you like pen and paper still, you can still have your personal calendar where you can write in reservations if you want. But I want you to start thinking about how can you communicate in real time digitally with maybe your partner on that property, whether that's your life partner or a business partner. Maybe it's your cleaning team or your inspector or some sort of co-host helper. Or maybe you have this property so that you can enjoy it, and you're sharing this property with family or friends, and they also want to have insight onto whether or not the property is booked with an Airbnb guest or whether they can use it for personal. Or maybe you're blocking it off and then your cousins are going to use it in July. They want to see if it's booked or not. So there's so many great use cases about why going digital with this calendar can really help you stay organized and, like we said, avoid the chaos. Annette, I'm going to out you a little bit here.
It's okay. Let's go.
Do you want to talk about the time?
Yeah, I wasn't syncing my listing calendar to my personal calendar. And the reason I want to share this story is it's like sometimes things have to really hurt for you to make a change. And this was painful for me. It was embarrassing more than anything. I had 4 listings at the time, and I was doing it all. I was, 3 full-time listings, and then my primary residence, which was also a listing. And I was doing all the cleaning, I was doing all the reservations, all the revenue management, everything. And so I had a lot of turns. My occupancy was high. And quite frankly, I was burning out, and because I was doing all the things. This particular day, I didn't have my listing calendars synced to my personal calendars, and I thought I had, quote unquote, the day off, and I had a check-in. And this is, again, I didn't have all the best practices of making sure that I was cleaning the property, getting in there right after the last guest checked out. So there was a lot of labor going on for myself. And I decided that I was going to clean a property the next day because I had the day off, and I was like, I'll clean it tomorrow. Well, I missed a reservation, and the guest was messaging me, hey, I was just looking, you never sent me the check-in instructions.
And they're like, I'm here.
I'm here at the door. Like, you guys, I hope you can, if you are anything like us, which I hope you are, you care immensely. Like, when I say my stomach dropped to the floor, so I was laying on my couch relaxing, my stomach dropped to the floor. At the same time, though, I was jumping to my feet because I was in a panic. I was sweating. I am like, this is worst case scenario. I had to think fast, and I was honest with the guest, because sometimes, I mean, honesty is the best policy. I had to be just truthful at this point in time. I had to send them to dinner, buy their drinks, buy them dessert. Luckily, they didn't have plans. They took me up on this offer. They were so kind. You know, you might not have this situation where, well, this isn't going to happen to you because you're going to sync your calendars. But that lesson, I lost money, which that wasn't even the worst part. It was that feeling sticks with me today, retelling the story. Like, I do not want, that's why Sarah and I do what we do. We want you to learn from our lessons, our hard lessons learned. I don't want that to happen to anybody else. That's why the syncing of these calendars, that's why paying attention to your calendar, sharing your calendar with your entire team, and always like double checking. I'm gonna just throw that out there. But that is the thing. You've got to make sure all these calendars are connected, or you're gonna have that happen what happened to me. Luckily, I was, a couple hundred yards away. And I was able to remedy this. If you live in a different state, if you aren't the neighbor and not able to clean, you might have to, give the whole reservation back. I don't want this to happen to you, so make sure you're taking the time to sync these calendars.
So let's get into it. Let's show you how to connect your booking calendar, whether it's Airbnb or Vrbo, or any other platform, with another digital calendar like Google, and that's what we're going to use in today's example, although this will work if you use Apple Calendar or Outlook Calendar. If there's another calendar out there, it might work too, honestly, because these calendar links are pretty universal. So we're going to go back to what we did in step 1 of getting that link that Airbnb provides for your booking calendar, all right? So get that calendar link from the OTA. So on Airbnb, you're going to go in the top center of your host side of your Airbnb account, and you're going to click on calendar. You'll see your listing. You'll click on your listing. You'll see the calendar pop up on the right side of the page. You'll see you'll see pricing and availability. It's under availability, so click availability, scroll down to where you can connect to another website, and that's where that link is already existing that you're going to copy. Now, once you've copied it, head over to Google Calendar, open up Google Calendar, scroll on the left side of your screen down to other calendars. There will be a little plus sign there. You'll click on the plus sign. It'll give you some options. You're going to pick from URL, because what you've copied from Airbnb is the URL. You're going to paste the URL there in Google Calendar. And then if you want to, you could rename it. Maybe it's the address of your listing or the address, and you'll say Airbnb Calendar 4123 Main Street. And from there, once you click save and you create the calendar, you can then go back into that calendar's settings and sharing and get that link to share with your other team members. Or if they're Google users themselves, you could put in their email addresses and it'll send them an email saying, hey, Susie Q shared this email or shared this calendar with you. So it's really easy, really streamlined, and they'll see it on their Google Calendar. This is a really great, easy way to sync all your booking calendars within a digital resource like Google, and everyone is on the same page in real time. Like, I'm telling you, the minute that you confirm a booking on Airbnb, it'll pop up on your Google Calendar.
And this, if you're not a Google Calendar user, you can use this in Apple Calendar and Outlook. Almost all digital calendar platforms, you can do the same setup.
So we want you to chat below and talk to us. Like, have you already done this? Any other hacks that you use to stay organized in your short-term rental business? Any questions about connecting your calendars? Let us know. We're happy to help. And if you want to keep on learning today, we have a Inspect With Us video where we take you behind the scenes into one of our own inspections of a property. It's been our secret sauce for years that not a lot of hosts put the time or effort into. And so you can actually go into one of our short-term rentals that we own and show you what we do before each and every guest arrival to make sure it's perfect.
That's the key. It is a pre-arrival inspection. This isn't an inspection that happens once a year, okay?
No.
So once I had that fateful day where I missed that clean, you better believe that was time for me to hire a team. And then once we had the team, then it freed up time for us to do the inspections, and then soon after that, hire someone to help us do the inspection. So make sure to check out that video and leave us the comments below. Are you syncing your calendars? Is it making your life easier? Are you opening up the possibilities for more reservations?
With that, I am Sarah Karakayan.
I'm Annette Grant, and together we are
Thanks for visiting.